must admit, however, such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. What's up, everybody? This is Zach, aka Zachy, creator of Gel Like Radio, Memoir Podcast, and our website, Zach.coffee. That's ZSCK.CUFFE. Right now, we're going to play a little short session of Myst. I wanted to introduce you guys to Myst, M-Y-S-T, which is now available on the PlayStation 5 on the PSN network, which you can download and stream it on PlayStation Plus. Myst is a game from, I believe, 1993, and it's a 32-year-old game, very old game, and that's a game that a lot of us, one of the first games that we played when we were on the PC. It's kind of like one of the first ones. Another one is like Prince of Persia, one of the original ones from floppy disk. This one was also very very popular. So this video is going to be very short. I'm only going to delve in it. If possible, maybe I can get a trophy. I don't know if it has trophy. Let's go ahead and check. Yes, it does have trophies. Very nice. So let's just play it a little bit, and like I said, we just just goes to show you how much video games have changed since they first started. So May 21st obviously is my birthday. I picked 2 p.m. because usually that's when I used to have a meeting when I used to work at Intel Corp. So yeah, meetings are face-to-face for that 2 p.m. There's obviously a special date to put into here to find something, but obviously we don't know what the date is. Ooh, check it out. It's the light that everybody likes to have when they're on their car. Like people who have cool cars, they have like this kind of light system and whatchamacall on the roof of their car. They have the lights like this. Actually, a long time ago, one of the first birthday gifts I got from my wife, soon to be ex-wife now, sadly. She gave me a picture of the sky, what the sky looked like when what the astronomy sky looked like on the day that we had our first date, which was uh, it was like January 24th of 2019, something like that, and that's what this sky looked like. You know, where the stars were interacting, and it was pretty cool. So I really, yeah, my wife, yeah, I really much appreciate that gift. It really meant a lot. All right, let's go back. We have some books that are in bad condition here. All right. Before arriving in this age, I was determined that it would be a journey to a world very different from my previous adventures, and it was. The sky here is dark and gray and incessantly displays flashes of lightning in the distance. I've been a very old man with a long beard and hair that hangs to his waist. He is very feeble and has trouble even moving. This man has obviously been through very many things in his strange world, and I have learned many things from him. He has told me an interesting story of this world's history. Years ago, he told me there was a beautiful city that rose up out of the water. It housed many people inside, and its walls and the people had everything they wished for. The city was surrounded by three high hills which rose higher than the city. On the east hill of the city rests a large cookout post. The people of the city had constructed the post expecting visitors to arrive from the east. The people had no means of traveling on the water, which forced them to merely wait for friend or foe. As time passed, friendly visitors brought rumors of an enemy that existed beyond the horizon. The lookout post attempts at peace were turned away, and the sentries there were easily overwhelmed. The ships continued to wreak havoc on the city, apparently destroying everyone and everything. After the foundations of the city were destroyed, the city sunk deep into the ocean and only the lookout post remained. The black ships sailed away. The men continued to say that the 8 people had hidden and managed to survive through the attack. In the 9 years since the attack, 2 of the survivors had died. He also said that it was rumored that 10 years from the attack, the enemy would return to finish the destruction that they had started long ago. I have decided, since hearing the man's story, it would be admirable to save the civilization and stop this enemy's plan of destruction. I am excited about the adventure that awaits me, and I have an idea that sparked in my mind to provide the needed defense for these people. I met the remaining survivors today, and I have begun work on a plan for protection. After a short absence, I have returned to this age with my 2 sons. They have, as of yet, traveled rarely with me, and they are understandably excited to be here. They have grown considerably since Everdunes, and it is already obvious to me that they will be a great help this time, instead of the nuisance they have been in the past. All 3 of us, along with 4 of the healthier survivors, began construction today. We are building upon the old city's ruins, which will provide a perfect foundation for our fortress. My sons have been spending much of their spare times on the South Island, where most of my materials are stored. I am very pleased with their intelligence, and their creativity is refreshing to see as they work on some small projects of their own. It has been 4 months now, and construction is going well. My sons love the world except for its gray sky. They detest the gray sky and tell me many times they wish for the sky here were like the blue sky in Myst. The old man I first talked to tells me that the enemy is due in 4 months. I feel we will be ready when the time comes. The man reminds me of Emmett in many ways, and I often wonder how Emmett and his people are doing. It has been 6 months of work, and we have finally finished the fortress. It rests between the three hills, which are now only islands, and to a rising water level that the people experienced after the attack. Inside the fortress, I have designed a most intriguing device. It makes use of a technology called holography. I began experimenting with on my visits to Appermere. It will be working in a couple of days as I compensate for some small miscalculations. This holographic device will enable the survivors to learn use of the fortress. The enemy is due to come soon, and I trust the fortress will provide sufficient protection for all of us. Black ships have come. Their attacks were substantial. Their weapons have been stopped, and it appears that they have turned away in defeat. I could not help but smile as I watched the boats leave. Last night we had a small celebration, and the old survivors danced their dance of old. My sons did not understand why the sky had not turned back to its original blue. The old man told me that the storms would never end until the enemy was destroyed. I assured my sons that a blue sky was not even worth the risk of death if this, and they seemed to hear me. Have have had a healthy adventure and have begun work on a new book. Once again, I must leave a familiar age in search of a new universe I have begun. But first, I will have an extended time with Catherine, whom I miss very much. I must also return to the people of the tide. I believe in my travels I have found a substantial substance that will ease the pain of their bonds, of their bone alignments that they have long endured. I hope that I return to mechanical age one day and find the population growing and my fortress still strong. Through the sky I may always be black. I am confident the people here feel a heavier darkness that have been lifted from their shoulders. All right, that's the whole book. This is a different book. So, like I said, this is just a very short introduction to Myst, where, you know, I don't know if I'll ever have time to play this, but I wanted to give you guys just a small introduction to what it is. It's a very, for people like mystery and adventure games, it's a very old game, so pretty much the game that your parents or your grandparents grew up on. But be sure to check it out. It's available for PlayStation 5. Great game. I used to play it as when I was a child, and it's it's a very interesting game. A lot of mysteries and things. Okay. I wonder how we can save. Can we save? Let's see. Save. There we go. Save game. As you know, Zachy is my real name. Zach is my nickname and what I go by in America because of discrimination. ZACK. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And until next time, bye bye. Thank you.